We have some surprising Rockets updates as a new report has revealed some major details on Kevin Durant and his contract extension talks between the Houston Rockets. We'll get you the latest on what and when Kevin Durant will sign right here on Rockets Digest. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. Have so much to discuss regarding Kevin Durant, the latest plans for the Houston Rockets, and everything in between. Before that, though, I want to say a quick thank you to everybody who has hit that subscribe button as of late. We have jumped all the way to 5,500, and I cannot thank you enough. We're going to keep posting as we get closer and closer to the 2025-26 season. It's going to be a fun time. So let's hit that subscribe button. Even more, hey, maybe we can get to 6,000 here soon as well. The Athletic released this article talking about the Houston Rockets today. And while there is a lot of good pieces in this article, I don't look at this title and kind of go off of that of what the video I was going to make. Instead, I looked to this question. When will Durant sign his extension? Because that's been the talk of the town throughout not just the NBA, or not just the Houston Rockets, but throughout the entire NBA in some ways, because Kevin Durant, as we know, was traded here on an expiring contract. The hope was, and the expectation around it, was that the Rockets, or at the time, whichever team was going to trade for him, would immediately chalk him into a contract extension. There was reports that Shams basically said when the trade happened, oh yeah, a contract will be done by August. It's September now. And we're getting deeper and deeper into September. And with that, we don't have a contract done just yet. So what is the latest? What is going on? And when can we expect, hopefully, a contract to be signed? We'll tell you that today as let's kind of go into the beginning of this piece from The Athletic. William Guillory of The Athletic saying, quote, "This hasn't become a big deal yet because all signs point to Durant inking some form of extension in the coming weeks. That will tie him to Houston for the foreseeable future. As of Wednesday, however, the 36-year-old still has only 1 year and approximately $54.7 million remaining on his current contract." So as of now, it seems as though there is not a panic behind anybody in the Houston Rockets organization and that a contract could come soon. But what's the holdup? Why is this taking so long? / what are the Rockets waiting for? Like what shoe are they waiting to fall in that light? Well, that's kind of where we have to look at the next piece of this report and kind of talking about why this deal hasn't happened yet. And if you watched our videos, you probably know the main reason behind it, but we got more info today. Once again, William Guillory saying, quote, "The belief among many around the NBA is that Houston is working to secure a long-term extension with Tari Eason, who also has 1 year remaining on his contract, before inking Durant's new deal," end quote. Now, why this is such a big deal is because of the money behind it. This year, not so much. You're not rolling, you already have all your money, inked for this season. But the year after this one, and moreover, the year past that, money can get a little bit dicey. As of right now, the Houston Rockets have about $68 million in cap space for next season. If Durant wants to get a max contract extension, we're talking $58 million. That takes literally most of all of your money right there, and you're talking about $10 million left. It really depends what the Rockets want to sign Tari Eason for, because they can afford to spend most of their money next season on Tari and Kevin. But the season after is when Amen Thompson rookie max contract extension could kick in, because he's eligible for it in this upcoming year. It's a big question as to what the plan is, and the hope amongst Houston Rockets organizations is that this will be secured soon. William Guillory once again saying, quote, "The hope is that once both are secured, the Rockets will have a much better understanding of what the financial future looks like for their current core." And that's a big thing and why this report is really big to me. Throughout this report, we've talked a lot about the differences in the contracts and all that, but the one thing that has not been mentioned in this report is the expectation that Kevin Durant will leave Houston in any light. Now, while that is technically still a possibility, as of right now, all reports, all indicators, everything is pointing toward the Houston Rockets, and for the same matter, Kevin Durant wanting to get a deal done. And he's about to turn 37 years old, and he has probably a little time left in the NBA. The talk of the time when he originally was traded here was that he wanted to finish off his career in Houston. And why not? With these stats, I'd like to keep him in Houston as well. So what's the next steps? What happens? When does a contract get done? Still kind of questions are going to be asked for a bit. The big thing that I kind of say is you have to almost remain calm in this situation. This is a big another report from The Athletic. Durant turns 37 on September 29th, and while he's still performing at an all-star level after 18 years in the league, it would be understandable if he wanted to establish a home for the final years of his career, which is what he said was going to happen. However, he could also be interested in keeping his options open in case he has a chance to make one last championship run elsewhere. As always with Durant, his future remains unpredictable. We know that Kevin Durant has a big villain arc in the NBA of leaving the Oklahoma City Thunder to join what at the time was a super team in the Golden State Warriors. He won a championship, won a Finals MVP, looked very good. The hope and the expectation and the talk around the trade to Houston was that he wanted to be here and that he liked the people in Houston, that he believed this team had championship level qualities. It would be really tough for all those things to be said, the expectation for him to be in and under contract for the Houston Rockets, and then 1 year later, he leaves. However, that is still a possibility. If that does happen, Kevin Durant will be maybe even more villainized than he already is, especially if he joins a title contender of some sort. But we wait right now. That's all we can do. William Guillory once again saying, quote, "As of now, the question surrounding Durant's contractual figure isn't if he'll sign with Houston, but when, and more importantly, for how long," end quote. I think the second question we can answer for you right here, right now. If an extension is done, it'll be 2 years long. It'll probably be around $45 to $52 million. I would have to think the Rockets, as of right now, are trying to push the $45 to $46 million range. And I'm sure Kevin Durant is saying, listen, I'm giving you a discount. Like $57 million, $58 million is what I can be owed. And I guarantee you there are many teams across the league that would pay me that next year. I want to be here. You traded for me. I want those assets to not go to waste. And I'll give you a little deal. We'll go to $52 million, cut $5 million off it. And I'm sure that's where the standstill maybe is right now, along with the factor of they want to pay Tari Eason. And so the contract talks for Kevin Durant were going on early on, and now probably have subsided as they've switched their focus to Tari Eason, who has a closer date, I should say. You see, Tari Eason will become a restricted free agent next offseason unless he is inked to a contract extension by October 20th, which, check the calendar, we're about a month and 10 days away from right now. So that's probably a big reason why they're looking at Tari first, because if they can get that done before the season starts, I would expect the contracts to fall in right after and have Kevin Durant come in relatively, I would say, days later. Like, I truly believe that is the lone holdup at this point, and that the figures are probably a little different at the beginning, but that there is a known agreement between Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets organization that once Tari Eason is inked, and hopefully they can get a good price for him, I mean, in the range, if you can get him in the range of around $18 to $23 million a year, you can still hand Kevin Durant that $45 to around $50 million contract and be in a very good spot. But you have to wait for that, because if you pay Tari Eason a lot of money, then you want to extend Kevin Durant, then there's also financial figures figured out for Amen Thompson, and that's where we have to go to what is next of what the Rockets will have to do, because as of right now, there are a lot of contracts on the horizon. Amen Thompson next year will have a rookie max extension eligibility, and then you also have to look about how much will Tari Eason get, as you just talked about. We have to look at Reed Sheppard and what the plan for him is, as he can be getting a contract here in the next couple of years. And then in the same light, Fred VanVleet only has 2 years on his deal, including a player option after this year. So if he leaves, that creates a whole another stipulation. The point being, though, I think if you look through all of this, you can understand one thing. The Rockets are going to be in a good place with or without Kevin Durant. They just would rather have him. And that's exactly what William Guillory says of The Athletic, saying, quote, "Regardless, the Rockets will do whatever it takes to prevent Durant from becoming an unrestricted free agent next summer. The beauty of the Rockets/Durant marriage is that Houston is set up to compete at the highest level right now, while also retaining enough young talent to remain a threat in the future as long as those young players mature." They're maturing fine. Alperen Şengün is about to win MVP in the Eurobasket League. Amen Thompson is going to be a pivotal piece. You just extended Jabari Smith Jr. I have no thoughts about the younger players maturing properly and being the future of this team. The question in my mind is, how long will Kevin Durant be a part of it? I believe he'll be a part of it for the next 3 seasons, and I would hope to see at least 1, maybe 2 rings on the fingers of Rockets fans and Rockets players in that time, but we'll have to wait and see. And that's kind of at the point we sit, the latest. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section for our Rockets question of the day. I ask you this: do you think Kevin Durant's extension will be done before the start of the 2025-2026 NBA season? I want you to let me know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. I think this is a very intriguing question because, Tari Eason can get it on the 20th, and at that point, you're starting the season the next day. Kevin Durant's not getting his extension done. But I do believe as soon as Tari Eason's extension gets done, which they are prioritizing heavily, unless it's some astronomical figure that we're not expecting, Kevin Durant's deal will be done pretty soon hereafter. So ready for the dominoes to fall. We're just waiting for that one flick of the first domino. For now, though, we appreciate you. We'll see you next time here on Rockets Digest, and peace out, everybody.